Hello viewers, TheMelnTeam here. Welcome back to Let's Play Dark Souls, and we have an interesting one in store for us today. Oh yes, we do. And by interesting, I mean that we are going to need to use double speed for the first time, because this one is going to have a little bit of farming in it, but not until the end of the video. And so, I won't subject you guys to that, aside from maybe my first run there, but it's time to get a better weapon. It shouldn't take too long, hopefully. We'll see how that works. I am tempted to just off this person right now, but I don't want to deal with invaders and Darkan or Londo just yet, so I'm not going to do it right away. Soon enough, but not right away. But yes, now we have access to the Lord Vessel and can warp. There is something to be said for getting to this part of the game as soon as possible, because it unlocks a lot of things. Not only does it unlock really all 4 of the major endgame areas, although you can get pretty deep into the Tomb of Giants regardless, but not only does it unlock that, it lets you warp around, saving you a lot of time. So there's something to be said for getting the Lord Vessel as soon as possible. And okay, now that we're here in part 5, it's actually time to go to the new Londo ruins. Hasn't really been that many videos since I made a suicide run at the Firekeeper Soul down there. But now we're headed down there for reals. So, not bad. Not bad. Making decent time. This video was originally about 35 minutes, a little bit longer than that. But it's going to be much shorter because I'm going to speed up the farming. There's really no reason to subject you guys to that. In fact, I'll let you know when I switch to farm mode in case you don't want to watch it at all, for those of you who are completely familiar with the methodology. Anyway, off we go here. I picked up the transient curses, I believe, so... yeah, I think I did that on my run for the Firekeeper Soul. So I'm going to try to run through the first part of the new Londo ruins without it. I don't know why I'm wearing my wolf ring, there's no point. Ghosts will always stagger you if you don't have a curse on. Now if you have a curse on, either transient curse, an actual curse, something like that, ghosts, you can poise through ghosts. They don't do that much poise damage unless you're just getting swarmed by them. But that's not the case here, so you need to be careful. And this is going to be even harder than usual because I'm mid-rolling. But whatever. Yeah, you need to draw that ghost out, because that ghost is blocking. And now I can get around, but now there's ghosts everywhere. And I do narrowly escape that situation. Now, one thing that is unfortunate, and I didn't notice it until now, like right now, I still remember playing this. I didn't play this and then record it much later. This is like a day or two after recording it. So, actually, yeah, that was yesterday. Feels like more than that, though. Anyway, I noticed that I didn't have 10 Estus, even though I warped to Firelink Shrine, and that is kind of annoying. I wish it would give you the Estus from the bonfire you warp to. After all, you are warping there. But that will play a role later, and I'll have to deal with that as the time comes. Kick this ladder. I forget the speedrunner, but one of the speedrunners pointed out that when you kick that ladder, it resets the ghosts, and that seems to be the case, actually. The ghosts that were chasing me previously are now leaving me alone. Very handy. And alright, here I'm going to try the trick where you take out Ingward. Whiff. Headshot. Unfortunately, because I headshotted him, I probably should have not headshotted him. I can't hit him now. And you'll notice the arrow is, again, hitting somewhere differently than where I'm aiming. But whatever. It's a small pet peeve. And because of that, I decided to burn one of my transient curses here. I'm going to need it, because I'm running into the ghost house. So called because of the sheer number of ghosts in the ghost house. They are all over the place. They come from all directions. They can hit you through the walls when you can't hit them back, even if you are cursed. It's not a good environment. There's a reason a lot of players just like to kill Ingward and pass this part of this area completely. They're coming through the floor, and they can hit you through the floor, and you can't hit them back. It's just not a kind area. Although, because I am cursed now, I can poise through their attacks at least. And I do one-shot them with my Zwei plus 10. So... Owned. Yeah, the one I just killed a moment there when I said owned was a Banshee. That thing will scream at you, which does nothing. But then it'll shoot electricity at you, which does damage. Up the ladder we go. It does... damage. Come on now. Yeah, if you try to climb this ladder while most of the ghosts are still alive, you're gonna die. Even if you're really tanky, you're gonna die. I didn't even aggro him. So I'm not even gonna bother to kill him. Normally I would just have killed him and skipped all of this. But now there's no point. He doesn't even sell anything useful either. He can remove a curse from you. I buy a couple more of those in case I need them. I'm no longer really hurting for souls that much, so I don't have to worry about that a whole lot. So I might as well pick up items that can potentially be useful. Although this is really the only area in the game where you need a transient curse. There are no ghosts elsewhere other than the new Londo ruins. And you can actually jump over that broken stairway outside there and avoid the ghosts aggro in this house completely. But since I killed them, I didn't worry about it. I didn't want to risk jumping over a pit and having a small chance of killing myself. Poison through. That ghost didn't even take a pot shot at me for some reason. Okay, so either way, once you have the key to New Londo Ruins, and you can get here really quickly if you shoot inward, you just open the seal. Use the key to the seal and take away the flooding of the New Londo Ruins. Like so. It's a lot of water. Alright, no need to watch that. And now once you do that, these contraptions will work. You can use them to get to the lower part of the New Londo Ruins, no problem. There's also a shortcut right near the start of the very first area you're encountering ghosts once you go up the stairs. And you can use that to get down too, although there's an even better shortcut to get to the lower areas of New Londo, which of course you're going to be seeing a few times in this video as I farm. Okay. Dark Rates. Stunned by the first attack, inexplicably not stunned by the second, so bear that in mind. I did okay there because he tried blocking me, and the Dark Hand has a really bad guard break resistance. Its stability is pretty low. And here I remember to put on the Gold Serpent Ring. I want Titanite chunks. I need Titanite chunks. Chunks are required for both Lightning Path weapons and for plus 15 weapons, although they only take you to plus 14 in either, or plus 4 in either case. Yeah, he tried to steal my humanity there, but that doesn't work. Okay, so the Gold Serpent Ring and 1 humanity is pretty solid item discovery rate. You get maxed from 10 humanity, but your first humanity makes the biggest difference towards your item discovery rate. I think I heard someone say that it's pretty close. Like, you get almost as much or about as much from your first one as you do from the next 9. So, having at least 1 humanity while item farming is a pretty good idea, obviously. And I do get a Titanite chunk. The magic number for chunks is 8. And that's true for either the Lightning Elemental Path or the standard plus 15 path. Backstabbed. Because that's so it'll let you get to plus 4. And then you'll need a slab either way for the plus 5 or the plus 15. Alright, I get this massive something. I saw a video where they played the Great Mighty Pooh's boss singing theme song over this guy. He does kind of look like it a little bit. A little bit less silly. A little bit. Although that might just be the environment in which you're dealing with him. Ouch. So, for future reference, viewers, this soul mass thing here, it has some range on its attack. Just throwing that out there in case you weren't observing for some reason as I got owned. Now, and why did it take me back here? Oh yes, because I didn't rest at the Firelink's bonfire. Had I rested at Firelink's bonfire, not only would I have saved myself this particular warping, but I wouldn't have died there because I would have had the Estus to heal myself and would have been healed. However, this does provide me an opportunity. And that opportunity is to show you the fast way down there while still commentating over the video. So obviously, I've done this a few times. That's the fastest way I know of to drop down rather than taking the stairs to get to this elevator. That's frustrating, and I only have 2 chunks. Yeah. This isn't too painful unless you want slabs. If you want slabs, well, you're going to have plenty of chunks, we'll put it that way. There's also a way to get chunks of any variety you want right at the end of the game. And those are guaranteed drops, so you know exactly how many runs you need to make with them. You also don't need a serpent ring because of it, because they are guaranteed drops. So that's something to keep in mind, and it's a useful tidbit. But I think for chunks, technically speaking, over time this might win. I'm not 100% sure on that for standard titanite chunks. If you want other titanite chunks, almost certainly the kiln is your best bet. Sorry, I'm off to get my bloodstain in to continue the farming spree here. But I want to deal with that Dark Wraith first so I don't die and lose my bloodstain, which actually has a humanity in it, which I would like. So I'm killing one guy without the humanity, but whatever. And yeah, that whole ability to Pancake is a nice advantage. Because I'm going to eventually realize that during the farming run, that I can just Pancake them and then wait for a second and then Pancake them again and kill them. That makes this a very easy area to farm. And yes, 2 two-handed R1s will stun the flesh mass too. But I have to also deal with the exploding heads. Apparently that will not stagger, although 2 of them obviously will. But I have no intention of getting hit again that same way. So, we're just gonna finish them. You can just run around in circles on them, they can't attack you very effectively at all. But I didn't want to aggro the Dark Wraiths that are also in the area. How does that not Pancake? I don't understand. Like, he gets pancaked otherwise. But if I do it as a follow-up attack for a two-handed R1, it doesn't. This is one of those things that I don't know. It's odd. Not very lucky on the chunks, unfortunately. Make sure to pick up this humanity. And then up here is the very large Ember. Pretty good idea to pick this up if you're going for a plus 15 weapon path, because it's the only way you can get one. It's possible to get this very early in the game. If you are really good at running past stuff, you can shoot Ingward to death right at the start of the game, get the key to the seal, get rid of all the water, drop down, and yeah, you can run straight here and get this. The only problem, there's a couple problems with doing that actually. First of all, even though you get it, you still need the large Ember, because even with a very large Ember, you can't upgrade the plus 10. You can't go plus 6 to plus 10, which is kind of obnoxious, honestly. So that's one strike against bothering to do that. And the other one is you need chunks, but these guys are, well, you can farm them and get the chunks. You also need the large shards to get to it. To get the ability to use chunks in anyway. So you're going to need to farm chunks and shards. And large shards, I mean. As you cannot buy large shards until you beat Quelag. And go up into Sen's Fortress, where you can buy them for 5,000 per. So Sen's Fortress is really the first part where it's not a huge pain to, oh my god, I almost died there. Where it's not a huge pain to try and get a plus 15 weapon. Technically, you can go down into Lower Blighttown, not fight anything, farm the shards, get yourself a plus 10 weapon, then come here, use your plus 10 weapon, chain backstab the Dark Wraiths, and get the chunks you need, and then go kill the Stray Demon, or just farm these guys until you're lucky enough to get a slab. And you could have a plus 15 weapon before fighting the gargoyles. It's possible. If you have the Master Key, you can do it before fighting the Taurus Demon even. Well, actually, if you kill Ingward, you don't even have to fight the Taurus Demon without the Master Key. But that's a bit of a pain. Regardless, you can get a plus 15 weapon super early in the game before fighting anything. But the effort required to do it it's both more difficult and more effort than just killing the bosses with plus 5 weapons. It's not that hard to kill the bosses with plus 5 weapons compared to like farming out your super items right early in the game. And here I'm going to burn a Transient Curse. There's a couple ghosts here that are really annoying. You can just run circles around them once you get the flesh mass in there out of the way, or soul mass, but while that thing is still there, I'd rather not have the ghosts attacking me. So I'll just kill them with the Transient Curse. Transient Curses aren't that expensive, so I can get more if I need them. Pancake! So fun. Man, I did not poise through that. I think I got hit by the soul mass, though. You grabbed nothing. I'm glad I didn't attack there while one-handing. That is a problem with this way. If you're staying at 16 strength and you can only two-hand, you do have to watch out. If you try to attack one-handed, you're going to do a really exaggerated and slow attack. It's very much a preference weapon, but like I said, you could always use the Halberd or any other number of weapons anyway and get pretty similar results. It's a lot of damage. And this is a good example of how you really can't do anything if you're behind him. And just strafe around behind him all the time. Easy pickings at that point. Just don't let him spear you from across the room in the face and you're good. Alright, so you do get one guaranteed chunk here. That's nice. It's nice that they give you some. And you can get some more if you go to the Great Hollow. You get a lot of twinkling titanite, which used to matter because you didn't used to be able to buy it. But now that you can, it's easily the most accessible max upgrade thing. But you can get more chunks down there too. But that is a pain in unto itself because the lizards are not guaranteed spawns. So you have to like quit and restart, and so you're still farming and it's still going to take time. Maybe slightly less time, I don't know. Probably not significant. And okay, at this point, I've cleared out all the flesh masses, or whatever, soul masses. I'll call them either. It kind of is both, after all. And it's pretty much just a straight shot of farming Dark Wraiths. So I'll leave it at that. I'm going to start leveling Vitality a little bit more, so I'm a bit more survivable. But really the purpose of the rest of this video is to farm out the necessary chunks, and then go upgrade my way up to +5, so, or lightning +5. Yes, I'm going lightning elemental. Real shocker there. And before I put this on the 2 double speed, why did I pick a lightning's way? Well, a couple reasons. First of all, there's a couple enemies left in the game that are still resistant to fire. Lightning is a little bit better against 4 kings, I believe. Either elemental is pretty good against 4 kings, though. Also, in PvP, even though a Chaos +5 is stronger with 10 humanity, with much less humanity it isn't, so Lightning's a bit more reliable. But perhaps more importantly than that, aside from like the Silver Knight armor and maybe like Ornstein's armor, there's not a whole lot of things that resist lightning specifically. While there is quite a few things that resist fire. So the small difference between a Lightning +5's way and a Chaos way, it isn't that great. And I find this one, in fact, it's very small. And I find this one a bit more convenient in PvE, just because it's effective in more areas. It's not too good against ONS, because obviously Ornstein resists lightning, yeah. But there are other ways to deal with that. Plus I get another one in the next new game iteration, so I can build that one to fire plus 10, or not use it and use something like pyromancy, which I'll have a fully upgraded ascended flame and power within by then. So I could just kill Super Ornstein, or even Ornstein or whatever, with just, 8 or 16 great combustions with power within. So you have pyromancy to cover your bases of lightning. So that's my reasoning for getting his way in the lightning form. And similarly, but much later in the game, I'll be doing the same thing with an S-Talk. That is almost entirely for PvP, to cover one of the weaknesses of this weapon. And then I will make one chaos weapon, because you do get a fire slab, or you do get a red titanite slab pretty easily, so I'll pick that up. But that concludes this video, viewers. I'll play the rest in double speed for you, so you don't watch me repeatedly pancake dark rates at low effort. And I will see you in the next part when I have a Lightning's Way +5. Until then, the TheMelnTeam signing off.